Hey everybody, JayborinoPlays here, welcome back. We're continuing Nature's Call, the Spiderqueen, one of the oldest custom campaigns, I think, for Warcraft 3, as this was made in Reign of Chaos. Alright, Chapter 5, Finding the Cave. Search for the hidden demon cave.
We are close to the cave entrance. I sense some demons nearby. It will be a hard fight.
No, I think I'm able to kill those demons alone. They cannot see me. I suggest you and Arachna wait somewhere until I remove the demons.
As you wish, but be careful. I sense a very powerful being. Not sure if it's undead or not. Good luck.
Use mana burn on Murlocs to get level 2. Don't attack the skeletons with 2 T's. That's especially scary. What has happened here?
You rang.
Oh my word. So we have a Gem of True Sight. Mana burn, Dark Portal. Opens a portal allowing Doom Spiders to step through and do Archimonde's bidding. Archimonde, huh? Holy Light, Finger of Death. So, I can't control the camera if that's not clear. I guess let's use mana burn on the Murlocs, as has been advised to us.
Yes, master.
Oh, Jesus. This is very disorienting. 2 mana burn should kill him. I don't know why this guy
What's done is done.
he's just decided, nah. Cyclone, I guess, is nice.
Yes, master.
Well, let's just do what it told us and just use mana burn. I don't know why they're not, being aggressive. Like, why not just start us at level 2 straight away with the extra point to decide where we put it? Because, like, what is the point of this section?
Time is now.
Oh, you know what? It's because we're invisible. That's why they're not
What's done is done.
aggressive towards us. As long as we don't directly attack them, we have no normal
Time
attack,
is now.
but we have -2 armor
What's done
and only
is
30
done.
HP. So yeah, this is just meant to be a goofy little stealth section, I guess. There's level 1. Obviously, we want Dark Portal for Chaos Spiders, though it does say that we're going to do Archimonde's bidding,
Yes, master.
which is, that's certainly something. I guess I should take the time to kill all of these things. Dark Portal is free.
Time is now.
There's no mana, I should say, so let's just do this. Doom Spiders. They do chaos damage. The Broodlings do chaos damage. Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, so this is very challenging to orient myself on the mini-map. I'm not really thinking about what direction I'm going relative to what I see in the minimap. I'm mostly just using the direction that I'm actively moving on the minimap to orient myself, not the square, I should say, because this is very odd. All right, let's go, skeletons! Ha! All right, look out, buddy. You can't be involved in this. Let's face them and see if we can mana burn some of these. That's all we can really do. I can also cyclone. Obviously, Dark Portal. That seems like a duh.
Time is now.
Can I destroy the crates? No. Okay, well, let's do this. Are these timed? No, these are just permanent. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I can explore a little bit up the sides, but I don't think there's another way to go. I can also right-click on the mini-map to help me kind of figure out which way to go. Wait, is there still oh, he was Cyclone. Oh, I don't have a normal attack, I forgot. Get him, spiders. Oh, we lost one little baby spider. Ah, jeez, oh man, here, come on down here. I think I saw some revenants up there. Well, this is very interesting. The map is very small, by the way, so,
The time is now.
just a little something to keep in mind. Let's just get some more little baby spiders. Attack?
Make your choice.
But I like how it's like, an in-game hint was like, don't go this way until you kill these more. Like, again, you might as well just start the player at level 2. But this is also one of those campaigns that's old enough where I kind of acknowledge, like, there's not much point in
Yes, master.
being like, oh, let me
The time
let me shit on this old campaign for some weird design decision. That'll show them. You know, why? Why bother? Okay, so there was some stuff to pick up there. I guess I should go and check over here. I like this. I mean, I don't. It's hard to say. It's not that I love it, but you know, the camera is different and odd, and but it's just different. So it's like I like it for that reason. I don't like it just because it's different. It doesn't work perfectly, but it's certainly unique for Warcraft 3. Let's go with these Doom Spiders. Get in there, boys. Ah, that's the problem, is where it just kind of turns around because of the pathing. Okay, so these things are all asleep. How dare... Okay, so we have to avoid Blizzard. I'm going to level up Mana Burn, actually, and let's face the enemies, because otherwise I can't see them. I should kill all these, though, for sure.
What's done is done.
I was going to say, could one wave of Blizzard kill us? I don't think so. We have enough HP that we've leveled up now. So let's keep exploring, because there's obviously treasure in random places around here. Not much. This is certainly a perspective you typically don't see, except in cinematics in Warcraft 3, so... Ah, stop! The thing is, the camera's centered around the unseen, so it's kind of like I have to move with my other spiders. I can hotkey them. So, like, I can move them up here separately. While keep going with the unseen, and I mean, we can also scout. Gotta, like, check all the nooks and crannies. The map, again, looks relatively small, but it might wind around as we go up these ramps and such, so... Let's see if we can fit in these trees. Again, not perfect, but it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, it's cool to see that it was even attempted at all. And it's not like it's super busted. It works. It's not perfect. I just don't like when the camera spins around, but like for something that's probably pretty restrictive, i.e. Warcraft 3 camera like this, and the pathing and the camera and all that, I think this is pretty interesting. But maybe that's just my, obviously that's just my personal opinion. I'd rather see stuff like this attempted, even though it might not work, you know, super well. As long as it works and isn't like completely busted, I think this is really interesting. So like, I'd rather see this mildly broken than not attempted at all, I suppose, is how I would approach that. Let's look over here real quick.
The time is now.
This is the edge of the map. I suppose I can check. It seems like most maps have a secret area. Oh my word! Speak of the devil.
The time is now.
Tome of its experience, and then Goblin Landmines. I've been playing the vanilla game lately, and I gotta say, I'm pretty confident that Goblin Landmines are the best item in the game. It's the best inventory item in the game. It's the most versatile, super strong item that you could possibly find. And we're also invisible, so we could just, like, oh no, we're not invisible. I take it back. I saw that shade. Okay. Turn. Let's just auto-attack into these. That'll be fine. Arthas. It just says Arthas. I gotta get some eyes on the action, though. That's the thing. If you cyclone the shades, does that stop them from seeing you? I wonder. My word. Okay, well, that's something that I don't care for. But it's fine. Let me make a cut. I'll be back. Okay, back to where we were. Pretty much the same amount of stuff accomplished. So we've got those asshole fell guards, hounds, whatever they might be. Let's make sure we can get some vision on them so that we can attack into them. And I'll just avoid them completely. I mean, I would have liked to use those new, I would have really liked to use those new, mines on them, but yeah, just stay away, because I'm the only thing with mana, so if they see me, then they're just gonna go straight for me. Obviously, Finger of Death. It's interesting how Holy Light is an option. I guess we can heal our spiders. I also notice at level 3 of Dark Portal, it only gives me 6 broodlings. So obviously, the Doom Spiders are better, so I don't know why. Well, the Doom Broodlings have heavy armor as opposed to... It depends on the circumstance, right? So, let's get up there. They don't path block themselves as much. They can get a better surround. So we're going to lead with the spiders. This seems to be the correct direction, as far as I can tell. Let's just get these all hotkeyed so that they're mildly easier to control in this circumstance. Yeah, I see Doom Guards, or Fel Hounds, not Doom Guards.
Our warriors have engaged.
Get in there. I could finger... It's interesting, too, how these... I shouldn't risk it, honestly. I shouldn't even risk getting close. I find it interesting how these Fellhounds, again, they can only attack me. They're the one ability they have can kill me instantly. So, like I had said, this is a really interesting thing with the camera and all that, where I would rather it's attempted than not. That doesn't mean that it's perfect or that it's infallible and it doesn't have a bunch of weird problems like that, you know, design thing. And who knows, maybe that's something that got busted from a patch at some point. This is very, very old. But regardless, you know, I still stick to my opinion. Just because there's odd quirks that might instant kill you, for example, that doesn't mean that I don't... I suddenly dislike this. I think it's extremely interesting, and this is something that I have never really seen separately. I think of Chasing the Dawn, though, as a good example, too, where... Let's just a Doom Guard. Let's just attack with the spiders, and they can do it. Can mana burn, at least. Just don't... That! Let's make sure that we don't... Oh, resistant skin. Can we mana burn him, at least? Yes, okay, that's some... Oh, look out. Just run away. Just run away. Just stay in the back, buddy. Just let the spiders do it. We can watch from a distance. It's not worth it. We can get more Doom Spiders. But it's also interesting because to think that this campaign was made in 2003, 2002 or 2003. So it's kind of... I don't know, it's defining in that way. Like, this is very unique, but we don't see much like this. Again, Chasing the Dawn has a first-person view that's equally glitchy. But, like, again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's interesting to see that it's attempted at all. Don't get stomped. So, I don't know. It's, but I think some people say, oh, well, look at what this campaign did so long ago. Honestly, I think that you're more likely to see really crazy, unique stuff like this closer to launch because more people are intrigued by the game and are experimenting with it. Whereas the problem we see now is there just aren't as many people, you know, doing stuff. I think that, you know, there's a lot more knowledge around the topic for the people that are still involved, but there simply just isn't as much involvement with the game and making stuff like this as there was back then. And I hate to say that because, like, we still see some really excellent stuff, but, like, really weird stuff like this I think you're more likely to see actually near the release of a game or, you know, within the first 5 years of a release of a game than, you know, much later. So we just... I think we did it. And this, I mean, I was thinking about doing like a, not a podcast because I would do it myself, but just sort of like a musings type series where I would talk about this kind of stuff in relation to campaigns in the games that I've been playing.
Oh, this human paladin can detect me. He's too powerful for me. I'm dead.
I'll take over and kill him.
Okay.
He is too strong. I must transform to have a chance.
I feel power. Someone is calling me. Goodbye, powerful creatures.
This paladin transformed from life to undead. He was very powerful. We are lucky we survived this attack. Let's enter the cave.
Yes, follow me, my friends.
Okay, well that was a very short one, but also extremely unique. And I guess let's just do this and go back to the menu. And just to kind of finish my thought there, like what I'd like to do is, you know, make a series that's a little more involved and edited where I talk about, you know, what makes a good RTS campaign. as compared to a melee mod or a total conversion mod. I think there's a lot of aspects of this, so I'm not going to get into it now. But I think there's interesting quirks. This map is a good example, and there's a lot of good examples in Brood War as well, where you see a lot of weird stuff that was released closer to when the game was more popular than it is now, obviously. So I think it's pretty intuitive that you're going to see more, I don't want to say groundbreaking, right? But stuff that kind of pushes the limits of what is typical in what you'd imagine like a custom map or a custom campaign, right? It's not tower defense, and it's not just using built-in scripts to make basic waves per se, but a lot more micro-heavy stuff, a lot more modified units and stuff like that. Was a lot more based on seeing that closer to launch, and Brood War is a good example where we saw a lot of that kind of almost storytelling driven, just almost like fan fiction-y stuff closer to launch. Now we see some really, really good stuff now that's still being released, but again, the community is smaller, and just not, it doesn't feel as, it's not as focused, right? On an individual project level, a lot of stuff that's being made now is very good, but again, the community isn't as big. It's really just, that's all it comes down to. The community simply isn't as big, so you're not going to have people who are like really pushing almost bizarre, almost like absurd boundaries like this map. Again, I don't want to be disparaging to something like Arcane, which I think is great because of the bank data specifically that's being used and the challenge in those maps. So I'm not saying like current stuff isn't as good as this old stuff. That's not what I'm saying at all, so I wouldn't interpret it that way. It's more that you're going to see, again, like almost like absurd level type stuff being built back now, just like weird risks and just goofy stuff that was released back in the day, like way back. And again, the same thing happened with Brood War. And again, I'd rather that stuff is tried, and it might not work perfectly, as opposed to, just never tried at all. And I don't know if I'd say that for the current generation of map makers. I'm not trying to give advice to people who are working in Warcraft 3 or Brood War now to say, hey, take risks and do really weird stuff, because again, there's a lot fewer reviews, so it's sort of like, just make stuff that you think will be fun, that you enjoy making, as opposed to trying to like push some boundary, because there really isn't a boundary anymore, right? The game has been out for a long time. A lot of the mysteries of creating stuff has been it's been explored. So like, this guy already made this map, people say it didn't really work that well, so we're not going to do that. No one else is going to use this because it was used in Nature's Call. It was okay, but it wasn't great, so we probably won't see it again. Anyway, this was a short mission, so I figured I'd do a bit of a ramble there, but I don't know, I could make like a scripted series with some edits put together to show, certain aspects of things of what I see as good design and campaigns, and what really differentiates some of the interesting things I've seen across the games that I play. Because I think it's an element that, it's not for me to tell map makers, hey, this is what you need to make a good campaign. It would just be more like a musings series to, see what viewers think, and so on and so forth. All right, thanks everyone for watching. We'll play Mission 6 next time. Again, sorry for the semi-ramble here at the end. Wasn't scripted or anything. Just thoughts off the top of my head, especially when we play a map like this, which again is extremely flawed, but is interesting, and I appreciate that. All right, see you later. Bye now.